Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rosano, and this is the bonus episode of the world famous The University Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. Ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves, and we are coming to you live today for the bonus episode. It's a Sunday. We're just here shooting the breeze. I was cleaning up a little bit, and I thought about something, and I just said, you know what? It's a good episode for a pod. It's a good episode, and so we're going to record it. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to discuss with you about being in the present. Now, I know a lot of people talk about this stuff a lot these days, more and more, but it's very true, and it's very telling about how things are going with you, you know. If you hover in the past a lot, then that's no good. And if you dream about the future a lot, that's also no good. Living in the present moment, there's nothing you can control but the moment right now. At the time of this recording, it's 8:08 a.m. I can't worry about what happened 5 minutes ago. I can't think about what's going to happen 2 hours from now. None of that matters. The only thing that matters right now is I'm talking to you. It's 8:08 a.m. where I'm at. And wherever you're at, you're listening, and that's it. You can't control anything else. You can't control the past. You definitely can't control the future. You can put yourself in the position where your future is looking bright if you just keep living in the present moment at all times. Now, it's hard. Listen, focusing on the present. Sometimes it's hard because we all want to escape sometimes. All of us, no matter who you are, we all want to escape. I know some days when I'm just frustrated and I'm annoyed, I'll tell you this. Sometimes when I'm annoyed and frustrated and I just want to escape back to a time where I think in my mind I'm like, you know, I watch the Andy Griffith Show. Okay, it's set in a little town called Mayberry. It's very quaint, it's very pleasant. I'm like, oh, I would love to live in Mayberry, you know, a little small town, you know, because as you know, I grew up in a small town, and me and my parents, we definitely watch Andy Griffith every day. So it takes me back to, you know, watching that show takes me back to being with my parents, you know, on a weekday, 5:30, you know, 5 or whatever, TBS, watching Andy Griffith, you know, it takes me back to that, you know, and so that's a bit of escapism that I have. Then I watch one episode, maybe two, and then I'm like, enough is enough, all right, let's get back. Now, before that, I actually caught on to actually being in the present. I probably would go from that to watching something else, but it does you no good. It does you no good. Face what you have going on. As you well know, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be a top flight copywriter, okay? But listen, it's hard when you don't have you know, it's hard to start. The hardest thing is starting something new, you know? We all know that. You know, it's like, there's a big difference in between. You know how when you're a freshman in high school, go back to when you was a freshman in high school, you know, especially if you like, you know, you had to change schools and everything like that. I don't even care. I grew up in a small town, and I knew most of the people that was going to be in high school, but there's a big difference. You know, you had to go to a new school, you know, because me myself, I went through this same elementary school, K through 8. So by the time you get to the 8th grade, you just sort of walk. You're the cock of the walk. You know what I mean? You're the king of the jungle. You're just sort of walking around. You're like, hey, little 7th graders. Hey, little 5th graders. How you young punks doing today? You know, blah 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 blah. Then you had to transfer to the, you know, being a freshman, and it's like, oh, holy, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. But starting something new is one of the hardest things you can do, and it's tough. You know what I mean? Like, it's really really tough. And it's frustrating, and it's complicated sometimes, and it's annoying because you're just like, what? Let me hear him and get through this. You know, it's I'll tell you like this. My daughter today, she is 3 months old. 3 months ago, I was nervous. I was, I was like, oh boy, this is going to be a whole thing. This is going to be a whole thing, And every day, I haven't thought about the future. I haven't thought about the past. Every day with the child, it's a new day between me and her, And that has helped me tremendously focus on life itself, because every day there's something new for her. Every day she's going to learn something new. Every day she sees something new. And just because I'm a 42-year-old man does not mean that I can't learn something new every day. Does not mean that I will not learn something new every day, I've been driving a truck for 15 years. And it's an old man. One time I was talking to this old guy. We was watching a football game. And I think I was around year 7, year 8. And he said, how long you been driving? And, we do the same spiel at the truck stop. You go, how long you been driving? You go, 7 years, 8 years. And he goes, 8 years, baby. He said, I said, oh, yeah, I've been driving like 8 years. He said, 8 years, you still a baby. And I laughed and I said, 8 years is a pretty good haul, though. He said, yeah, it's not bad. You're still a baby. He said, I've been at this 30 years, And I said, how you do it? He said, man, it's always something new, He said, just because the highways don't change don't mean it's going to be new. He said, the cars are newer, blah, blah, blah. And I said, this is true, this is very true. And it's about that with everything. Have you ever driven down the same road 100 times and you think, I've seen everything on this road until one day, I'm telling you, you should do this. Turn your phones off, turn the radio off, and just look around. And you will see a building, I swear to you, you will see a building that you've never seen before. It just happened to me 2 weeks ago. I was driving, and I looked to my right, and I saw this school, and I said, what is that? And I said, I've never seen that before. And I remember when I got home, I called my wife, and I said, there was a school right down the street from us. And she was like, is it? And I was like, yeah. I was like, we've driven by here in the last 5 years many a times, and I've never seen it. And today, when I just was living in the present moment, I just saw the building, and I was like, oh, that's great. And so it's beneficial for you to be right there in the moment, to be beneficial right there. You want to write, sit down and write. Don't think about, oh, I've never been good at writing, or don't think about, well, after I write these 10 books. No, sit down, write. You want to be a YouTube personality? Sit down, shoot a video. Shoot a video right then and there. Sit, shoot the video. Don't think about, when I get 1 million subscribers, don't think about, I don't have any subscribers, In the past, my videos didn't do anything. Right there. Be right there. And the more you are right there, the more you are right in the moment, the better off you will be. You will build yourself. You will grow. I'm telling you, it's because I used to always live in the future, never in the past. Always in the future. In the future, one day I'm gonna have $1 million, and then when I have $1 million, I'll be happy. Blah blah blah. Money. Listen. Well, let's not. I'm not gonna sugarcoat you. I'm not gonna BS you around. We all need money. The more money you have, do you need Jeff Bezos' money? No. But would you like to have Jeff Bezos' money? Of course, we all would. But having money, and when I mean having money, I mean the ability to, let's say, you can pay all your bills. You don't have a lot of debt. Something happened to your car, and let's say they say $900. And you just say, all right, no big deal, and you can just pay the money. Not with the credit card. God, I want all you guys to stay away from those credit cards. I know we need them sometimes, but don't get overwhelmed with them. All right, but anyway, the ability to be able to pay a $900 bill, at once. That's having money. That's a good thing. The ability to be able to buy a couple of tickets, if you want to go to a concert, be able to buy the tickets, not have to worry about, what do I have to do for this? What do I have to do for that? That is what you want in life. It doesn't matter about being, I don't care about being a billionaire. I really don't care about being a millionaire. I just want to have enough money to be able to take my daughter on a trip every now and then, take my wife a couple places she wants to go, buy me an RV, and, call it a day. But you won't get that way if you live in the future all the time, Live in the present moment. Be in the present moment, It's just like when I first started the podcast, I would drift off into the future, and I'm thinking, when people hear this podcast, man. And I'm thinking, I'm going to have about 1 million downloads, It ain't doing me any good. It's not doing anybody any good. It's not doing you any good. For me living in the future, talking to you now, and I'm over thinking about 1 million downloads and 1 million people and all this kind of nonsense. That's a bunch of hogwash, So now, when I do my podcast, I'm in the moment, right then, right there. I don't think about anything. I don't think about anybody. I don't look at my phone. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's bad because, as I told you the other day, sometimes the phone is just cut off. But I have to be in the moment, to be in the present. All right? And so for me, it helps. And for you, the more you live right there, in that moment, in the present, you can only control what you're doing right now. And the more you think about, the more you do that, the better the results you will get. All right? And so, ladies and gentlemen, this bonus episode is over with. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the podcast. We will be back tomorrow with the all-new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Rizzano. Take care of yourselves. By the way, yesterday, Manchester United, for those, I know you've been waiting with bated breath. Manchester United bounced back. Only out. Not yet. All right. We got goals from Ronaldo. We got goals from Marcus Rashford. It was 3-0. It wasn't 2-0. It was 3-0. But they played a beautiful game, counter-attacking. It was beautiful. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back. The all-new episode of Online Marketing Moves tomorrow. But until then, my name is Tony Rizzano. Take care of yourselves. And as always, everybody, peace.